Three words killed my broke mindset. Three words. That's it. And once I heard them, understood them, actually let them sink into the marrow of who I am, I could never go back to the person I was before. You need to hear this because the money you don't have right now, the life you keep postponing, the version of you that keeps almost showing up but never quite arrives, all of it is being held hostage by a mindset you didn't even choose. You inherited it from your parents, from your neighborhood, from the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And until you rip it out by the root, no amount of hustle, no side gig, no lucky break is going to save you. I want you to listen to me, really listen, because most people who watch this video will nod along, feel something stir for about 10 minutes, and then go right back to the exact same thoughts that built the exact same life they say they hate. Don't be that person. Not today. You're going to hear 3 words, and those 3 words are going to do surgery on the part of you that keeps whispering, "Not for me." The 3 words are, "I already am." That's it. That's the whole medicine. I already am. Not I will be. Not I'm becoming. Not someday, somehow, if the stars align and the algorithm favors me and the economy cooperates. No, I already am. Say it out loud right now. I already am wealthy. I already am the person who handles money with respect. I already am the man, the woman, the creator, the builder, the giver. I already am. You feel resistance, don't you? You feel your mind pushing back. That's not you. That's the old programming. That's the voice of every adult who ever told you money doesn't grow on trees, that rich people are greedy, that you have to work yourself to the bone just to survive. That voice is not the truth. That voice is a recording, and today we start erasing it. Here's what most people never understand about mindset. They think mindset is about being positive. It's not. Positive thinking on top of a broke identity is like painting a rusted car. Looks nice for a week, then the rust bleeds right through. Mindset is about identity. Identity is about who you believe you already are. And your bank account, your relationships, your body, your entire external world, all of it is just an echo of that internal identity, bouncing back to you in the form of experience. Think about that. Your life is an echo. You keep yelling into the canyon, "I want more." And the canyon keeps yelling back, "You want more." Because want is a frequency of not having. Want is a declaration of absence. Every time you say, "I want to be rich," the universe hears you saying, "I am not rich," and it obediently arranges your circumstances to match. This is not mysticism. This is mechanics. This is how the mind, the nervous system, the reticular activating system, and the field of possibility all conspire to give you exactly what you're broadcasting. So we stop broadcasting want. We start broadcasting AM. I already am. Feel the difference in your chest when you say it. Want is thin. Am is thick. Want floats above you like a wish. Am roots into you like a fact. And the moment something becomes a fact in your inner world, the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself in agreement. That's the law. That's not opinion. That's the law that Nightingale spoke about, that Proctor built an empire teaching, that Neville whispered about in every lecture he ever gave. Now let me tell you what happened to me. Because I don't teach theory, I teach what worked. I used to check my bank account with one eye closed. You know that feeling, that flinch, that little prayer you say before the balance loads. Please let there be enough, please. And every time I did it, I was voting for the identity of a person who doesn't have enough. Every single check-in was a ceremony, a ritual of lack. I was writing scripture on the walls of my own subconscious mind, and then wondering why my life kept quoting it back to me. The day I understood the 3 words, I stopped flinching. Not because the balance changed, because I changed. I opened the app, I looked at the number, and I said out loud, "This is a temporary reflection of an old identity. I already am wealthy. The number will catch up." And then I closed the app and went about my day. No panic, no spiral, no 3 a.m. calculations of how much I owed and how little I had. Just quiet, unshakable certainty. And here's the strange part. Here's the part they don't tell you in the books. When you stop flinching, opportunities start showing up that you couldn't see before. Because fear has tunnel vision. Fear filters the world down to threats. Certainty has wide vision. Certainty sees the door that was always there. Within 90 days of practicing this, I made more money in a single month than I had made in the previous 6 combined. Was it magic? No. It was the same world, same economy, same skills. but I was operating from a different identity. An identity is the operating system. Change the operating system and every single app on your phone runs differently. Here's the thing most people get wrong about this teaching. They hear act as if and they think it means pretend. Fake it. Lie to yourself. That's not what this is. Pretending is exhausting because pretending requires you to remember you're pretending. You're always one bad day away from the mask slipping. What we're doing is different. We're not pretending. We're remembering. We're remembering that the person you want to be already exists inside you, right now, dormant, waiting for you to stop denying them. You don't have to become the wealthy version of you. You have to stop rejecting the wealthy version of you. Every time you say, I can't afford it, you reject them. Every time you say people like me don't get opportunities like that, you reject them. Every time you shrink at the restaurant menu, apologize for your car, downplay your dreams so your friends don't feel uncomfortable, you reject them. And they wait, patiently, silently, behind the veil of your own self-image, waiting for you to finally turn around and say the three words, I already am. Now I want you to do something. Right now. Don't wait until later. Later is where dreams go to die. I want you to think of the one area of your life where you feel most broke. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's your body. Maybe it's your business. Pick one. Hold it in your mind. And now, whatever you've been telling yourself about it, I'm trying to get there. I'm working on it. I'll get there one day. Cross it out. Delete it and replace it with these three words. I already am. Healthy. I already am loved. I already am financially free. I already am the person who runs that business, walks in that body, lives in that home, gives that generously. Say it, feel your nervous system resist, and say it again. Because every time you say it and mean it, you are laying a brick in the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you already are. You see, the mind cannot hold two conflicting identities for very long. One will win. The old one has been winning for decades because you've been feeding it every single day with your language, your posture, your habits, your friends, your scrolling, your worrying. Starve it. Feed the new one. Feed it obsessively. Feed it before you sleep. Feed it when you wake. Feed it in the shower. Feed it while you drive. I already am. I already am. I already am. Now let me hit you with the part that stops most people cold. Because this is where the broke mindset makes its last stand. The broke mindset will tell you that saying, I already am wealthy, when your bank account says otherwise is a lie. It will tell you that you're being delusional. It will call you unrealistic. It will use words like grounded and practical to keep you exactly where you are. And here's what I need you to understand, my friend. Listen to me carefully. Being realistic about a reality you don't want is the most expensive habit you will ever have. Realism about lack keeps lack alive. Realism about failure keeps failure alive. The people who changed the world were not realistic. They were delusional. Beautifully, productively, unshakably delusional. Until reality bent to meet them. Henry Ford was delusional. They told him a V8 engine couldn't be built in a single block. He said, build it anyway. They tried, it failed. He said, try again. 6 months. A year, 18 months. Finally, they built it. He wasn't smarter than the engineers. He was more delusional than the engineers. And his delusion became their reality. Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million when he was sleeping in a car. That's delusional. That's insane. Except 3 years later, he got paid $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. His delusion arrived on schedule. So when the voice inside you says, who do you think you are? I want you to answer it with the three words. I already am. The person who deserves this. I already am the person who receives this. I already am the person who was born for this. And I don't need anyone's permission to be who I already am. Now here's where most videos would wrap up. But I'm not going to let you off that easy. Because knowing the three words isn't the same as living the three words. And living them requires practice. Daily, ruthless, uncompromising practice. Here's what I want you to do for the next 30 days. Every morning, before your feet hit the floor, before you check your phone, before the world downloads its opinions into your head, you say the three words 7 times. I already am, I already am, I already am. And after each one, you attach a specific identity claim. I already am wealthy. I already am powerful. I already am healthy. I already am creative. I already am worthy. I already am blessed. I already am unstoppable. Then every night before you sleep, In that hypnagogic state where your subconscious cracks open like a door left ajar, you replay the day as if you were already that person. Not the person who is trying to become them. The person who already is. How did they walk? How did they speak? How did they respond to that email? How did they handle that setback? You rewrite the day in your mind from the perspective of the already being, and you fall asleep in that state. Because whatever you fall asleep in, you wake up carrying. Do this for 30 days, and I promise you, you will not recognize the person who started. Not because your circumstances changed, but because your identity did. And once your identity shifts, your circumstances have 30, 60, 90 days at most before they crack and rearrange themselves to match. That is the law. That has always been the law. And it will work for you the same way it has worked for everyone who ever dared to test it. Now understand something else. The people around you are going to feel this shift before you even see the results. Some of them will celebrate you, most will not. Most will feel the frequency change, and they will pull subtly to bring you back down. Because your old identity was comfortable for them, your smallness reassured them. Your struggle validated their struggle. And when you stop struggling, when you stop apologizing, when you start walking in the certainty of who you already are, they will feel exposed. Some will grow with you, others will fall away. Let them. This is not cruelty, this is evolution. You cannot carry the weight of everyone's comfort and still climb the mountain you were born to climb. And listen, this is not about becoming arrogant. This is not about looking down on people. This is the opposite. When you finally accept that you already are everything you were meant to be, you stop competing. You stop comparing. You start giving, because a person who knows they are wealthy in identity doesn't hoard. They pour, they mentor, they lift, they build. The truly abundant person is the most generous person in the room because they know the well doesn't run dry. The well is them. So the 3 words are not selfish. They are the foundation of everything you were placed on this earth to give. You cannot pour from an identity of lack. You cannot love from an identity of unworthiness. You cannot build from an identity of failure. Every good thing you want to do in this world starts with you claiming quietly, privately, ferociously, I already am. I want you to close your eyes for a moment right where you are. Don't skip this. Close them. And I want you to see yourself 1 year from today. Not who you hope to be, who you already are, finally allowed to show up. See the way they carry themselves. See the calm in their eyes. See the money in their account, the peace in their home, the strength in their body, the light around them. That's not a stranger. That's not a fantasy. That's you, uncovered, unblocked, unafraid. And the only distance between you and them is the space between the words, I want to be, and I already am. Cross that space today. Cross it right now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when things calm down. Right now, in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this exact moment. While my voice is still in your ears, cross it. Say the 3 words, mean them. Let them do the surgery. Let them cut the old identity out at the root and walk out of this moment as the person you have always been, underneath the story you were told about yourself. Because here's the truth nobody wants you to know. The broke mindset was never you. It was a costume, a heavy, dusty, borrowed costume that someone put on you when you were too young to refuse it. And you've been wearing it so long, you forgot it wasn't your skin. Today you take it off. Today you fold it up. Today you set it down. And you walk forward in the identity you were born wearing. I already am. I already am. I already am. Say it until your mind believes you. Say it until your body relaxes. Say it until the universe has no choice but to conspire on your behalf. Because it will. It always does. It's been waiting for you to remember who you are. If this hit you today, if you felt even 1 word land somewhere real inside you, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with the 1 person you know who needs to hear these 3 words as badly as you did. Because we're building something here. A community of people who refuse to stay broke in mindset, in spirit, in identity. And every soul that wakes up the next one. You already are. You always were. Now go live like it.